Yeah.
Good morning. Today we're gonna continue with soil amendment. Like I've said earlier, we're trying to get my soil ready for the summer crops, okay, vegetables and so on. Then at the initial stage, if you go back and watch my previous video, you're gonna see that my previous video was full of leaves, winter leaves I have thrown into these raised bed containers everywhere. So what I'm gonna do with my power drive today is to start mixing them up so that I go from here, look at where I'm pointing with my hand, leaves like this, and turn it to something like this. Again, I repeat, I wanna do some, turn this area leaves into a soil like this. Okay, so what I do, I have this my powered mixture. Okay, then I start, as soon as see how powerful this power machine is. Then I continue going over and over, okay, until I thoroughly mix them up. Or spray them the way I want it, and let the heat from the sun do the rest for me when I finish this. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this, some of you may say, what are the major reason for doing this? The reason is to allow this thing to quicken the decay of my soil. Okay, before I begin to plant something on it. And that will improve my soil porosity. Okay, so I want you to watch and enjoy the video. Sometimes to get a clear view, what is so nice about this machine is that it can go both clockwise and counterclockwise. So if I go now counterclockwise, it will release some of the traps I have with this. Okay, see what is happening here? So what I will do is to switch it off and turn it clockwise so I can clean some of this. And I can go as deep as I want, until I get completely a complete mix of my dough. Next, to level it off, I will bring my raker and then go back to level it off. Can you pass it for breaker will do for me. If I just level it off, and they will be the decomposition given the sun will be quickened. Okay, remember that when I'm preparing this soil richness, it's against our summer crop. Now we are heading to winter. By March, I will start doing my transplant, and that will give me a perfect soil amendment I'm looking for. Remember, my soil amendment is basically I'm using organic compound, leaves, and tough grass. Okay, so I don't want to involve anything chemical here, so I remain with organic. So if you look at some of my title, I remind people that the importance of this is to save money. Okay, some of the trash leaves I could have thrown away, I converted it into manure. Instead of going to store, I'm buying another fertilizer, which will cost me a lot of money. Some of them, sometimes they treat it with chemicals, pesticides, and so on. All this thing is what I'm trying to avoid. In essence, it's more like I'm recycling my old material, you know, for benefit towards my growing my crops. So this is my whole idea. And then it's not that I'm doing it because I have experience or something like this, but this is what I think some of people who are concerned about chemical intakes in a human body, you can easily grow your own vegetable, and then when you harvest it, you're comfortable. You're eating a fresh product instead of asking yourself questions you don't have the answer. When will Food and Drug Administration give us information on this? You know, I think what I'm eating is making me sick. But some of the challenges we have is that, you know, develop a hobby of doing a garden, especially when you're already retired, even if you're young, and then do something you enjoy doing. You know, at the end of the season, when I start harvesting my crop, I felt so good eating them because it's my product. I know what I put in, and I know what I get out of it. Okay? But we're gonna move to another raised bed, so I can repeat the process of this because I still have other raised bed on the other side of my garden where I have dumped a lot of leaves, but I haven't really mixed it up. So my camera, if you can come close here and they get initial composition of this container, you will see there are still fresh leaves everywhere. But when I turn my material, you will really begin to see the porosity of the soil. They become darker and darker. Okay, what I'm doing here is to remove my irrigation line so it doesn't get tangled with my power drive. Okay, I keep them out of the way. I can do my own thing. Okay, so let me start here. I have a room. Okay. Yeah, look like here is getting tight. I'm gonna go to the other side so I can get. Do you think we got about 10 minutes? My viewers, some of the things I forgot to tell you, I keep on citing taking advantage of natural phenomena. And a couple of days ago, we have a lot of rains coming down massively, not unlike California, we used to know, because everything we do here, we rely on irrigation. But as you can see, this raised bed is pretty wet. So About cost reduction I was talking about, I've already switched my irrigation line off, saving the water, you know. So by the time I put all this in together, I'm comfortable. I must have saved a lot of money, okay, from water, instead of wetting this in all around. Right? You can here in California, you know, anybody that lives in California, we will tell you that we pay a lot per acre foot of water in California, but it doesn't stop us from doing what we know how to do best, because benefit outweigh all we're trying to do. So with that, I'm gonna call it a day. I just wanna create this short video to show you where I'm going with soil amendment. I will be repeating this in maybe 2 more times, and then in that case I will eventually go from here to something like this. So you can now see transformation, how I gradually transform these leaves, mix them very well to organic manure like this. So thank you very much for watching. Please continue going back and watch my old videos and the new one. Make comment, because I'm doing this because of you, my viewers, who are willing to learn from me. And also, I'm not perfect. I can also learn from you by giving me a comment, like, why not try this way? Why not try this way? Something. In that case, we're all learning together. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Come back again, and bye-bye.